Help support our coverage using Blueberry, the community that gives creators the ability to make money, get detailed audience measurements, and host their audio and video. Get 30 days to try out the service using promo code Blueberry004. That's BLUBRRY004.
Welcome, Greg. How are you?
Hey, very good. Good to see you today.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about this amazing product. We have seen so many elder care devices at this CES. I'm so excited.
Which is awesome.
It is.
You know, back in 2018, not so much.
Well, and, my mother is 50 years older than me, or 25 years older than me, rather. I'm about to be 50, and she is getting to the point where, we have to check on her a little bit more than we used to, and take care of things. So products like this are fantastic for families that live away from elderly.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly our use case. That's exactly why we came into being. That's exactly the story of our founder. I mean, he lives in Florida, two elderly parents. He's the go-to. Basically, he would live relatively close, only a couple cities away, but every weekend he spent them in the ER with his mom with a UTI or dad with a fall, and he said to himself, there's got to be a way to get ahead. That's where CarePredict comes in, to get ahead of these things.
Yeah.
And that was the genesis.
Well, let's get into the technology a little bit and how it works.
Exactly. It's a wrist-worn wearable. Probably the best place on the planet, the most valuable place on the planet, as we would say, is on the wrist of a senior. Because from this position, we essentially, through motion, capturing all sorts of motion, we can detect things like what their bathroom pattern is, how long they go to the bathroom, how many times they go to the bathroom, sleep pattern, eating pattern, overall activity pattern, walking pattern, and what it does for every individual. So for your mom, it would figure out her normal, and let's just zoom in on bathroom. Yeah. And let's say her normal is she goes 5 times a day. Fine. And what we're doing in the back end with our AI is basically watching for significant deviations. Okay. So here comes mom. Mom is now going 10 times a day instead of 5 times a day. Leading indicator for a urinary tract infection,
absolutely.
Which is bad news in an older person.
Yeah. And that's incredible, the predictability of things like that, especially when you're talking about gait, stuff like that. We have huge issues with osteoporosis in this country. I know my mother is a big arthritis sufferer. So to know ahead of time that that she's having an issue before she even feels it.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
No, exactly. And again, in your example, we would know that mom in a day typically spends, let's say, 45 minutes walking. And now mom's spending 10 minutes walking.
Sure.
She's got, she's in pain. Something's going on with mom.
Yeah.
You need to check on mom.
Even to know the average distance and time it takes her to get to the bathroom.
Exactly.
And, hey, I'm noticing that it's taking you twice as long to get to the bathroom. You doing okay? How are your hips?
Right.
Or
even something like, so we've talked about activities, but it also knows indoor location. Oh. So now mom usually spends in her bedroom, let's say 8 hours at night. Now she's spending 20 hours. Why? Because she's not leaving it during the day.
Yeah.
Something is going on with mom like that.
Interesting. Now, let's talk about the interactivity of it and how you engage with the device itself. Is it app-driven, but who controls the app?
Well, we control the app. But for the senior, let's talk about two different users. Okay?
Absolutely.
So you have the senior, and again, specifically designed for the senior. No screen on it. They're not on their Apple Watch trying to figure out what to do. It's very
trying to read tiny things.
It's a very simple interface as a button. If she wants to know the time, it will press the button. It'll tell you the time, the date, its battery level, etc. If she needs help from you, who has the app, she presses the button. It pops up on your app, says, "Here's mom. Here's the room of the house she's in, and she needs some help."
Wow.
Now, so let's say that's happened. You can, from your app, talk to mom on her wearable. So you could say, "Mom, what's up?" And she could say, "Oh, I don't like the TV channel," or "I'm falling," and yes, exactly.
Wow, which has fully happened in my life. Yeah. And it's a moment of panic when it happens because I didn't know it happened. I live half a state away in Texas. So to be able to have that in real time is huge, because they may not be able to reach a phone. Even the fact of the last time my mom fell, she didn't have her phone with her.
Yeah, exactly.
So she had to crawl across the house to get to a phone to call my brother.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's a real, and well, let's even take it up a step further. You're half a state away. So, you can talk to mom, but guess what? You're half a state away. You can't go there, right?
Yeah.
So what you do with this is that you set up what we call care circle. So you're in it, and one of the people in that care circle, guess what? It's probably a couple reliable neighbors that you could get in touch with to say, please get over there.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. That is really cool. Now, what is the entry point on this?
In terms of price?
In terms of price, it's
$450 for a kit, and then the subscription fee right now is $69.99.
Okay, and is that can you put that on Medicare, anything like that?
Today, it's not reimbursable.
Okay,
so it's all private pay today.
Okay,
it's all private pay today.
What is the availability of it? Where can somebody get it?
CarePredict.com.
Wow. That is really incredible. Now, what are some of the future use cases that you're looking at? Are you looking at leveraging it in other platforms, adding more functionality to it?
We're constantly adding functionality. Our most recent two pieces of functionality, which are huge, we call it Care Voice. Two things: Care Voice, Care Guide. Care Voice, what you can do from your app is basically put reminders to your mom on her audio reminders. So it's say, Mom, it's 10 in the morning, time to take your blood pressure medicine.
Awesome.
Etc.
Awesome.
And most people use their granddaughters because they're so, yeah.
What about detection? Does it do anything like O2 level? Does it do anything like blood sugar levels, things like that?
You're just, did I talk to you before this?
No.
So then there's Care Guide. And what Care Guide does, it enables this to pair to any FDA-approved device.
Wow.
Blood pressure, glucose, inspirometer, etc.
Too cool, man.
Yeah.
Too cool. That is really forward-thinking and absolutely necessary. Once again, let everybody know where they can go to get their CarePredict.
CarePredict.com.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Thank you, everybody.
Greg, thank you so much for the time.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely awesome. I am definitely looking into that for my mother.
I would.
It is absolutely essential, man.
Take care.
Thank you.
The Tech Podcast Network CES 2024 coverage is executive produced by Michelle Mendez. Technical directors are Kurt Corliss and Adam Barker. Associate producers are Nancy Ertz, Clinton Millsap, Sergio Velasquez, and Terry Willingham. Voiceover by Aaron Hurst. Our hosts are Marlo Anderson, Don Bain, Todd Cochran, Scott Ertz, and Christopher Jordan. Studio and equipment are provided by PLUGHITZ Productions. This has been a Tech Podcast Network broadcast, copyright 2024.